Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV and welcome to another Redmond Roundup. Jeez, right. So, Saudi Arabia are doing a madness. I feel like we need to do something about this because they're now coming for our best players, chat. So, according to Paul Joyce and multiple other sources, Al Hilal went in for Luis Diaz for around £50 million. I cannot believe what I am seeing. My face cannot comprehend the fact that this league, that didn't exist in my life 2 years ago. Of course it existed, but in my life I'm saying, you know what I mean? It's like, how are they now buying our best players? And how long is it until Mohamed Salah gets an offer from Saudi? And I think Mohamed Salah wants to stay at Liverpool. You know what I mean, chat? Like, I don't think he's going to want to go anytime soon. But I'm just saying, though. Like, what if a big enough offer? 150 mil for Mo Salah. 150 mil. Come on. You've got to consider it at some point. So, yeah, you know, when I saw the sources, it was something that I felt that was worth talking about. I don't know if it was an official bid or if it was something that they were in talks about, but Liverpool found the valuation to be far too low, and I agree. I don't think 50 million for Diaz is worth it, and I also don't think we should be selling Luis Diaz right now, unless we did obviously get like an insane offer. Out of curiosity, how much would you sell Luis Diaz for? Just because now we can fuck about a little bit, you know what I mean? These have got dough, lad. You know, however much you think Premier League clubs have, Saudi Arabia have trillions times more. Trillions. And it's one of those that it's not even close, by the way. The wealth that we're talking about here is insane stuff. And I think this is kind of what Jamie Carragher was hinting at. Of course, yes, you have the argument to say, like, it's a hypocritical standpoint as the Premier League have done this to many other teams through the money and the advertising and whatnot. And now Saudi are coming in and just putting their finances, you know, to action and putting them into play. And now they're going to want to buy our players, essentially. And of course, for people like Jamie Carragher, who has a job at Sky Sports and all these things, who, you know, it's very good if the Premier League stays popular. Therefore, keep your best players. And these look like they can be a threat to it. But also, I do think some footballers, you know, the Aubameyang news came out and stuff like that. Like, some footballers are fine with just sticking towards the football aspect of staying in Europe and trying to create legacy. Because Aubameyang's now linked with Marseille after turning down multiple offers from Saudi. But then, you can't blame these players for wanting to go. And it's now caused up a situation where, you know, if I told you 2 years ago Jordan Henderson was going to agree a deal in Saudi, you'd laugh in my face. But that money talks money. And Fabinho, he's already agreed to go to the league. Luis Diaz, I'm glad that we never even let them get into talks with Luis Diaz, because if they wanted to do what we done with Levi Colwill, then that means, you know, Luis Diaz has probably already agreed personal terms with someone in Saudi. So it is getting fearful because, you know, we've got to replace players and out with the old and in with the new and all that malarkey. But this is getting a bit too fucking much now. Luis Diaz is still kind of new. Let's give him a chance. You know what I mean? I think he should be provided opportunities over here in this bitch. You know what I'm saying? But Mohamed Salah as well is someone that I fear, like, does he go? And I understand we need to rebuild, and a rebuild is necessary. Again, embrace change, don't fear change. But at the same time, you don't want to lose your best ballers. So, you know, how far does this go? And it seems like Liverpool are still being strong with their position. I don't think Al Hilal will desperately go back in for Luis Diaz. I think they'll probably go in for an alternative because, let's be honest, they have the pick of the bunch. That being said, it is a little bit worrying to see that they're coming in for our best players, I think, and I wanted to know what you thought about this news in the comments down below. Anyway, you like updates, so I'll provide an update on the Henderson and Fabinho stuff, as that's the other stuff relating to Saudi. No news that came out regarding it. Of course, it's a bit of an ugly situation with Henderson. It seems a lot more open about Fabinho. A lot more people seem to be open to the idea of Fabinho leaving the football club. A lot of people feel like we've maximised his abilities and that there's very little room to improve again. Of course, some people will point out age and 29 years of age, but age isn't everything. Some people age quicker than others, and some people don't have the same drive that they used to. And I think for Fabinho, it's a little bit of both. I never like to question a man's integrity, but let's be honest, he hasn't really looked the same. He hasn't looked like he's at that same agency, that same fight. Probably scanning a little bit too much chicken, you know what I mean? It's one of those things, chat, where we do need to come to a compromise with some of these players going. And, you know, in the next 12 months, you'll see Thiago go. In the next 12 months, you'll see other players go. It's only 24 months' time where we'll start hearing rumblings about what happens with Mohamed Salah next. Trent Alexander-Arnold still hasn't signed a new contract, which is kind of something no one's talking about. Of course, he's going to sign the new contract, but still something I can be fearful of, yeah. So yeah, I think that's interesting news. I thought that was actually quite, like, when I saw the headline and Paul Joyce, I was thinking that's actually some decent mad news, something interesting to talk about. By the way, Did you know Johnny Evans is back at Manchester United? Isn't that dead interesting? Think about it. He's back at Manchester United. Now, there's context to this. He's only gone there on a temporary deal where I believe it's only for pre-season, just to stay match fit, as he's no longer at Leicester. I think that's interesting. Don't you reckon that's a bit mad? Like, I reckon that's cool. Like, imagine if we just went ahead. To be fair, we did go ahead and sign Jay Spearing for the under-21s, and I think that's more random than picking up Johnny Evans for the. Yeah, that football's gone crazy. I've just realised that football's on crack, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, getting Johnny Evans back in the gang, and we're getting Jay Spearing. Who's another OG that we could bring back, chat? I'm trying to think of somebody on the spot who we could bring back and just, they can be boss, you know what I mean? I just don't know. Alberto Moreno, I know that he's done the Europa League thing, but no, thank you. No, thank you. Who else could we go with as like an all-timer? 2-3 years ago, Luis Suarez, all day, baby. Not bad, guaranteed. But great footballer, 100%. Literally, a granddad Luis Suarez decided to go to friggin' Atletico Madrid and win the league single-handedly. Like, that's how much of a badass he is, you know what I mean? But let's be honest, always got tethered when it came to facing Liverpool at Anfield. So, fuck off, Luis Suarez. Anyway, guys, smash a like on this video if you enjoy it. And there'll be a live stream later, probably. Probably not. There will be. I'm only messing. Do you know, sometimes though, chat, you do annoy me. You've sometimes got stupid opinions, and that pisses me off. But you know what though? I bear with yous, and I aim to teach and not to preach, you know what I mean? I aim to teach and not to preach, in a football sense. I'm not a preacher. Smash a like, and you know what to do if you don't like me, which is very understandable, and I completely get you if you don't like me. But don't be a knobhead and just smash a like. If you want to smash a dislike, I completely get it. Also leave a comment either way. That's also like grand support on the YouTube channel. This is a table, by the way. I just thought I'd show you that because you're probably wondering what's that metal thing pointing out of the wall, James. Anyway, love to you and your mothers. See you in a bit.